So I might do this one day at a time, or I might just do this on Sundays. And ultimately, that is my goal, to have 3 videos of this particular playthrough on Sunday. 3 videos. And it is a sort of a long playthrough, but it's also a short one. Much like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Because, yes, that was the first game I actually played. Actually, I played both of them before I beat them both. But the first game I ever did was Mystic Quest, which is easy enough on its own to beat. This game was the second one I actually did. And this is a little bit more challenging and more complicated for a few points before you can get to actually defeat the game. It's actually about 4 times. Even if you do know what to do, it's not that. It's just, it's just to do things. So, unlike before, we don't actually have to do the thing about this is the first thing you gotta do, unfortunately, is go to the first pendant. And you could complete it in order, or you can go ahead and do this because you don't get a very, very often time to do this. That way, if you want to get more prepared, you can. So, I mean, not that it's going to stop what's going to happen, but, or it can happen, but, I'm just trying to tell you, I didn't know either. I just went and did the game like I was supposed to do. I didn't even know about the game, about that one cave. There's also another place in the desert that we can't get to until we go from a different place to get to it. So, yeah. And we're getting ready to get the item we're going to need so we can get another item. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Got to backtrack and all kinds of stuff. I think the first thing we're going to actually do is, actually, we're going to go up to the forest. Yeah. So, so, now, and you might have noticed as well that there's 2 different types of boulders. Well, more on that later. So, you have to have the first item to get to the other. Anyway. So, anyway. Which in the randomizer, if you got it, I think you can, I don't know if you really need it or not, but, I think what we want to do is we actually want to go, so, we actually want to go this way. Now, we don't have to do this now. We can wait until after we get the item that we can do. But I'm not going to wait. No. Now, there's something that they're doing right now for something later. The House of Lumberjacks, A. Bumpkin, and B. Bumpkin. So there's also something about this cave. I hate that when it does that. I didn't mean to do that. You can actually avoid that by dashing across those. Now, that right there is very important, but we can't get to it till a little bit later, so. And I'll show you how to get to it easily enough. But right now, we don't have to. So. And there'll be some things later on that I can tell you that you don't have to do. Like you do in this place here, so. So I think it's actually better if we go. Okay, this guy right here is gonna keep trying to attack you until he stops. So what we want to do now is, we want to head this way. Yeah, you might see that right there moving and stuff. You can actually get it as many times as you want to. This mushroom smells like sweet, rotten food. You can give this to anyone who wants it. Select and press the Y button. So, there you have it. You want to pick that up. You can pick it up as many as you want to, but it only uses 1 item. So, There's also something about this little particular area right here that I'm going to show you. Hey kid, this is a secret hideout for a gang of thieves. Don't enter without permission. By the way, I heard that one of our ex-members is staying at the entrance to the desert. I have no idea who you're talking about. He might be talking about, specifically, I mean, literally, I thought maybe it might be someone else I can't get into. But, yeah. So, there's also this. Yeah. You found a piece of art. So, you're supposed to do that. You don't actually have to do that to progress the game, but if you want to 100% it, you do. So, yeah. And the thing about this as well is that it's never closed. So, I could have gone in here and showed you that, but it would have been there anyway. So, it's a good opportunity to go get it, because, yeah. There it is. Now, our next destination is the witch's house. Oh, yeah. And we might as well do this where we can. You can do this at any time, even when, you know, this is it, the master sword. No, this can't be it. Too bad. So, the thing about it as well is that they respawn, and some of them will not be back. So, because it's pretty much gone. But you can use it against enemies you can't really defeat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head... Yeah, so take advantage of it while you can, because that guy is very important for something else. But for now, we are going to head this way. And, yep, that guy is there. No, nothing. Okay, so it's going to be this tree, and then it'll be something else. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so we could wait till afterwards, but I'm going to do this now. There's also something to do with these rocks that come in handy, and sometimes it's not there, but also there's a soldier up here that will be something important for now, but will be something that means nothing now as well. So let's read what this chick has to say. The smell of rotten fruit. If you give me that mushroom, I can finish my brew. So, and yeah, by the way, anyone, there is not much but this person, so it means nothing, but there you go. Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good. Thank you, young man. Okay, so what you can do to bypass that is you can actually come back into the screen, and then something will appear. So, a lot of people, I didn't notice this, but, you know, it's supposed to be like a little bit later, but you know, and there it is. Dun, 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 boom, boom. This was magic powder. Try to sprinkle it on enemies and many other things. Yeah, so anyway, there you go. Now you can get this dialogue at any time. Double toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron brubble. My king mushroom brew I am. So anyway, yep, and you can only do it one time. So once you pretty much give over that mushroom, that's it. It disappears forever. So you can only do like so many times. So anyway, you might be wondering why we're not continuing on, because, well, it pertains to do with this. See, I can't do nothing with that. Now, if we want to resolve that, we actually want to, well, it doesn't really matter how we get there. So there's also something about this way that we can't deal with until we get this certain way to solve that. So what we want to do is boom, 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 boom. And, oh, just in case you're wondering about what's over here, this way, Lake Hyla's shop. Okay, so there's something in this cave. There's also something somewhere that we can't get to right now until a little bit later. So, may I help you? Select the thing you like and press the A button. Prices as marked. So yeah, if you want to get yourself a thing, it's not really worth my time to do it, but if you want to, you can. I didn't even know this shop even existed, but there's also another shop in town that pretty much stays the same. There's also some kind of thing you can get that you don't really need. It's pretty loud. There's also something. Let's see. Okay, if I go this way, and I go this way, and I go this way. So there's going to be something else that changes here. Yeah, I don't... Never want to mess with that. Now, here's what you don't want to do. I might as well show this off right now. So... He says nothing, right? Well, you want him to talk. There's two ways to get it. The wrong way, which is what we're doing. So... Why did you take my sign? It says plain as day to leave me alone. Sheesh! You actually don't want to do this. You can't enter with something following you. However, what that just means is that it doesn't really mess up the game like you would think it would. Not really. I mean, you know, just because you did it the wrong way. I mean, you can still interact with the guy as if it never happened, so it doesn't really matter, you know. That was one of the tropes about this game that, you know, that got made fun of in the Misadventures. So they kind of took a poke and jab at that, like, you know, when I get my sign back, all of you are gonna get it, you know, if and when they do. So, we went the wrong way. Because this is not a shortcut until after we do what we gotta do. So I'm gonna go this way, and yeah, unfortunately we have to go this way. We can go either side; it doesn't really matter. So, but also we can also do something about our equipment, at least somewhat. So. I don't think it'll let us do anything wrong with this, but once we do, we can do that. So also, the guy that we talked to in the cave will say something now that we actually have the Book of Medora. That's why you want to get there early as possible before you get the Book of Medora. So, and which again, the only way to get the Medora, onto the matters, is to have the boots, the quick boots. So now we get to read what he says, not that it matters. Aha! It is the Book of Medora. With it, you can read the language of the Hala people. That really means absolutely nothing. I mean, like, I guess it's an obvious way in case you forget you can do that. But, you know, there's also so much to this place over here that we will be tackling. So let's go ahead and do this thing. So, and those guys are very useful for, like, if you want to grind as well. But you have to be careful with them, because they can get you in a heartbeat. Now, it says, now, even though it says you can do that, it doesn't mean you can automatically touch something and then you'll know what it says. You actually, for it to do anything, you have to actually hold the button. There we go. To open the way to go forward. Make your wish here and it will be granted. By the way, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And very randomly, maybe one time in life, it's such a rare chance, you might get something. Like you can wish for a bike and it might happen. Believe it or not, not everybody's lucky enough, but it only happens once. It's like it's what they call a miracle. Because believe it or not, I actually wished one time for something and I forget what it was, and I got my wish granted. I didn't. I mean, I tried wishing for a bike, didn't work. I even tried wishing for a lot of money, but it didn't work either. Or become rich. But I do know that the one time it actually happened, it did happen. So it's weird that this game actually has that built-in little lucky feature in it that you could actually take advantage of, so much as to say that, yeah, I would like to have this item. And unfortunately, again, all you can do is give it a try. If it doesn't work, well, then I guess you're just not lucky. And again, if you do, it's only going to happen once. Maybe some people might get more than one chance, but for me, it only happened once. That was it. Plain and simple. I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily because of that, but I want to say it was, in a way, it was kind of responsible. So, anyway, and I might be jinxing things, but I don't really care. It's not going to happen anyway. Ooh, I wish, crossing my fingers, you know, but anyway. So this guy is nothing. And now we don't need the Book of Medora. So let's continue into here before we continue on. There's also more rocks ahead. There's also more treasure. So what you firstly want to do is not worry about these guys because they're nothing. And that's another one of those undefeatable enemies. I hate it, but it's true. So there's also enemies like that will fire at you, and you have no choice but to fight them. This room leads to something that we will need, because in order to... We can even get into the room now if we want to. This in here is a trap. So let's go ahead and go in here. That's good, because if I use this, okay, now some cases you're going to need to light it up, but this one here, no, get a map out of that one. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Until then, later.